Now to question number 3 in the name of the Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, to the Minister of Finance, what advice has he received from Treasury on removing the R&D tax credit, removing the $700 million fast forward fund and reducing KiwiSaver contributions?
Honourable Bill English.
Welcome to the real world.
Mr. Speaker, Treasury gave us the advice to keep the R&D tax credit, to maintain the fast forward fund in the form it had been proposed by the last government and make no changes to KiwiSaver. However, prior to the election, National made a number of decisions which were to remove the R&D tax credit, remove the fast forward fund and change KiwiSaver contributions, and we are sticking to our word.
Supplementary, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, why did the Minister suppress the Treasury briefing critical of these moves and release it at a time designed to minimise public awareness?
That's right. Fess up, Bill.
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the Labor Party complaining about compliance with the OIA is like Jack the Ripper complaining about community violence.
Craig Foss. Order. Order. I've called already Craig Foss.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My supplementary is to the Minister. What other reports has he seen of advice offered by Treasury to finance ministers?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the Treasury advice, as always, is mixed. Some we agree with, some we disagree with. There was other advice they have given us, such as the need for extensive review of the Resource Management Act, which the government has followed, and a Resource Management Act amendment bill will be in the Parliament within a few weeks. They've also given us the advice that the performance of the public service needs to be increased significantly, and I would agree with that. After 10 years of bullying and manipulation, it can do a lot better, and we will make sure it does.
Point of order, the Honourable Dr Michael Cullen.
I raised a question about the relevance of that answer. The question was a patsy question designed to elicit the answer about my reference to ideological burp, and I think the Minister read the wrong answer at that particular point.
Order.
That's not your problem.
It's just not funny anymore.
Order. Not a particularly helpful point of order, I must say. The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Supplementary. Why did the Minister not have equal fortitude to the former Finance Minister and release the Treasury briefing then at the same time as other briefings to incoming ministers were released?
Yeah, that's right. That's a very good question.
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Bill English.
Mr. Speaker, the Treasury briefing to the incoming government has been released. There are absolutely no secrets in it, and I'm surprised that in the context of the most significant economic recession in 90 years, this is what the Labor Party are focused on.
The Honourable David Cunliffe.
Mr. Speaker, did the Minister or any of his staff at any point talk to the Prime Minister or any of his staff about the date of releasing the Treasury briefing?
The Prime Minister advises me, Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister advises me, he read about it in the newspaper. It's unlikely that a matter of that kind of detail would have been discussed at the highest levels of government.